Good evening. Good evening. You are finally tuned into the pilot episode of the Kiss Collective. It's your girl, Kristen Alicia, and I am here to bring you all things Kiss. So, I know you're wondering what's been going on with the Kiss Collective. Basically, we are just working so hard to do so many things. That's why it's been taking us so long to get to our pilot episode, but here we are. So, as you may or may not know, the Kiss Collective was headed to Africa this week, and that trip got, well, for myself, it got postponed due to some unforeseen circumstances. It's all good. It's all good. So we're going to, plan for later. And we'll have some more time to get some things done. What is the Kiss Collective, you are wondering? So the Kiss Collective is not just a podcast. It's not just a radio show. It's different platforms bringing a bunch of like-minded people together to promote positivity, community empowerment, community involvement, getting involved in your community, and just doing all it is that you can do in your area of the vineyard, okay? The scripture says that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So if you just take care of your part of the vineyard, we can all get a great work done. So how you can support is you can listen in like you're doing now. You can, if you see a post, like it, tag, share. If you can think of somebody who can benefit from the Kiss Collective or an effort that you think that the Kiss Collective would be great for, let's do it. So that's what the Kiss Collective is. Why Kiss? If you know anything about my brands, most of my brands are, like, I have Shady Kisses, that's the sunglasses, and then I have Shiny Kisses, that's the jewelry. So obviously I wanted to stay on brand. Kisses to me there's so many different, we could look at it romantically, we could break it down into an acronym, but I think Kiss is all things. It just reminds me of being a lady. So that's how we got the Kiss Collective. Collective, obviously, because it's all about community. It's all about bringing people together. It's all about just unity as a whole. So what I want to start with for this first episode, like I said, how you can support it, you can like, tag, share, tell a friend. Also, if you are just now tuning in, this is the first episode of the Kiss Collective. And yes, Michelle, inclusion. Inclusion is the name of the game. It's not just about women. It's obviously I have a heart for women, but it's just about community and ways that we can empower our community, ways that we can push efforts to empower our community. I have a heart for entrepreneurship, but that's not it. There's so many different ways that we can push our communities forward, and it really just starts with taking accountability. It starts with being availing ourselves, whether you're donating time, whether you're donating resources, things like that. So I like to highlight people who are in the community, who are doing the things, who are active in these areas, whether it be politicians, whether it be community leaders, or whether it be the small hometown heroes. So that's literally how I want to start this off. First off, I want to start with a word of encouragement, and then I'll get into my hometown hero. Yesterday I was on live and we were talking about just living boldly, living in color, and living life out loud, right? So that's pretty much how we're, the vein that we're staying in. I know for me personally, the days that I have off from work lately have been very, very grueling, if you will. It has been taking me longer to feel motivated. It's been taking me longer to get up out of the bed and things like that. So one way that I've been just looking for how I can take this time and be effective in this time is by really just honing in on, what is it that's stopping me from being productive on my days off? What is it that's stopping me from getting things done? So I was talking to my girlfriend, who will be on later, and she was saying, make a list of things that you need to do and tackle those things one by one. And if you don't get it one thing done, go to the next. If you don't get it done on your next day off, start back at the top of the list. So what it allowed for me to do was really kind of focus in on not, because I can be all over the place, because there's so many things to get done hey Felicia, what's going on, girl? So there's so many things to get done for the Kiss Collective, for my job, for Shady Kisses, for, just for my personal life, that I have been kind of all over the place and not getting anything done. So if I start to set lists and, yes, Michelle, set attainable goals and be realistic. So if I start to set a list and I start to tackle those things one by one and really just focus in on one thing and not allow myself to get overwhelmed, then I will be able to, I won't feel so all over the place. Another thing that I have started to do is I have started to cut back on my social media on my days off, because, baby, listen, if you go to look at your screen time and realize how much time that you spent just scrolling, just mindlessly scrolling, you'll realize, my word, why is Mark Zuckerberg not paying me for the amount of time that I have spent on social media? So cutting back on social media and not being so plugged in all the time is a great way to get to your next and to get to your next level. Yes, prioritizing your time, Michelle. Yes, it is so, so vital. And pushing through whether you feel motivated or not. I said earlier, I literally had to rush out of the house just to get up and get out. And it's because I was starting to feel like, I felt like my mind was all over the place because I wasn't out of the house and I was already feeling sluggish. So yes, set some time to prioritize and to, get yourself focused. Hone in on some things. Keep the focus. And sometimes you just have to quiet the noise, the social media noise, the, binge watching, things like that, and just focus in on what it is that you want to attain. Okay? I hope that was helpful to somebody. And now, for the hometown hero, I'm going to tag her as we speak, because this young lady did something that I thought was so powerful and so, she may have seen it. She may not have seen it that way, but I thought it was really dope. Yes, Michelle, the fan. If y'all don't know, this right here, my girls at work have, they make fun because I walk around with my fan now. Okay. It started out with my Aunt Sharon. My Aunt Sharon, she's with all of my foolishness. She is with all of it. When it comes to fashion and, thinking outside the box, my Aunt Sharon is with all of it. Sophisticated ladies, in-app seeking. That's where I went to get an outfit for my mom's party. And my Aunt Sharon was like, you need one of these. And there was a pink one. And I broke it at work. So I had to go get a blue one. And then one of my girls at work got me a white one. So I'm just building this repertoire of fans. And yes, sometimes you need a fan flicked on you. Okay? I have done it. For the positive in the fan. Fan the positive in and fan the negative out. Yes. Yes. Yes, child, yes. So, yes, yes, Nay, that, you know, when I have the fur coat and the fan, I'm Cookie. No. I'm sorry. When I have the fur coat, it's Cookie. When I have the fan, it's Dominique. That's the difference. Okay? It's the alter egos, okay? Tanisha says, love the background. Looks so cozy. Thank you. This is actually not our home, unfortunately, for the Kiss Collective. We will be back at the radio station soon. So I'm just going to have to work on an aesthetic for the radio station for it to feel like me. Yes. So this is Dominique. And listen, if you're not flicking it, okay? Because the girls that get it, okay? Who is she? Let me stop playing with y'all. Anywho, so I started talking to y'all and got sidetracked and forgot to tag this child. So the hometown hero, I really just want to highlight some people in the community who are doing little things, big things, just things that are, you know, amazing and are little ways of pushing our communities forward. In the comments, you'll see this young lady's name is Dior Rodriguez, also known as Titi. Titi is the owner and wife to the, well, co-owner with her husband to at the AFTI in Atlantic City. And the reason why Titi is a hometown hero for me is because I met Titi obviously working at Kelsey's when I first started there. And after opening the AFTI, we got back connected and she was kind of like, yo, you should bring some shade. She was like, you know, like I like to have a little bit of everything from everybody here. You know what I mean? Everybody in the area. So if you want to bring some shades, let's do it. So, of course, myself getting sidetracked, hadn't been able to get over there to do that. But whenever I see TT, it's all love. But the reason why she's a hometown hero is not just because she asked me to put shades in her spot, but because whenever you go in there, there's always things from different people in the community. And she's not asking a huge overhead. She's not asking, you know what I mean, nothing outrageous or nothing like that. She really is just trying to promote, you know, entrepreneurs in the area and how they can get their brand out there. And even if it's, you know what I mean, not a huge audience, she really is just giving people a platform to be able to, you know, make sales. So, what she did on July 4th, I thought it was so dope because she put out a flyer and called it a pop out. And literally she was saying, you know, she got a DJ, they had food, they had a bouncy house. And she was saying for all of the vendors to just pull up free of charge, pull up and set up your table, you know what I mean? Promote your business, sell your brand, and all those things. Hey, Ronise. And Ronise says, hey, Crystal. Here you go. It's not Crystal, Ronise. It's Dominique. Anywho. So she was just like, you know, on the flyer, she said, pop out, free of charge, you know, vendors come out. And it really was just like it was an awesome, like, to me, it was like a no-brainer. Like, this is what it's all about. Just creating spaces. And she did it, you know what I mean, in front of her, in front of her establishment. And it was a great atmosphere. And, you know, whether you just got to see some people that you had seen in a while or, you know, make a couple of dollars, it really was just like, just the thoughtfulness of having people come out. Because honestly, she could have charged for it. It would have made sense for her to charge for it. But the fact that she was just like, yo, I just want y'all out. There's money out here for all of us. I want y'all to eat. And I don't want anybody to, you know what I mean, go without when it's out here for us. So today's hometown hero, July 12th, 6:20 p.m. is TT. I don't even really know TT's real name, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because, yeah, I don't know TT's real name. But she's on here under Dior Rodriguez. So, hit up the Afty, okay? I'm pretty sure they deliver now. And the Afty is the best spot to get Nana's good pudding. You know, Sam was out there doing funnel fries. So, it really was all love. And I think that, like I said, what TT is doing is a great thing just by, you know, taking her part of the vineyard and being able to open it up to other people. So, enough light for everyone to shine. Yes, turn on your light. Yes, Michelle. Yes, turn on your light. This is enough for us all to shine. Okay? If you're just now tuning in, please hit like, hit share, tag somebody, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the pilot episode of the Kiss Collective. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to call out my guests for this next segment. Maybe I should text them because they're in the room chatting and socializing. Ladies, I knew they was gonna listen. I didn't see you. Let them take an inch and they take a mile. I tell you.
You don't want to know what we're doing.
Jeez.
But we're here now.
We're here now.
We are here now.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure.
I can't stand these two. Are y'all okay?
We're fine.
Okay.
Great.
Kimura. That's what you look like. You look like your child. Anywho, so I invited these ladies to do a segment that we're calling Group Chat Gems, okay? Just some, you know, positivity from the group chat, but really what they don't know, and I tried to keep it very vague when they wanted to know what we were talking about.
I know, because I asked, like, is there like, I want to prepare myself.
Prepare yourself for what? It's a conversation with the people.
I'm very improv.
I'm not me. Not me. I need to prepare my thoughts.
She need to prepare her thoughts, but can't be on time. So what do we?
Because I'm preparing my thoughts.
That's what you was doing. Anywho,
This fan working overtime. This fan about to smack me in the face.
I knew this was a bad idea. I knew this was a bad idea.
Yeah, got one. Didn't even think about getting two, though. But it's okay.
Sure.
I feel a little bit of breeze.
Ronnie says that's sparkling cider.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually sparkling water.
Sparkling something.
It's
sparkling.
Apple sparkling water.
Very
I knew
sparkling.
this was a bad idea.
It's a great idea.
It's a very good idea.
So I brought these two young ladies on because
Who should want me?
oh my gosh.
I know I'm a lady. Go ahead.
You ain't young.
Oh.
Anywho. Anybody who knows, this is the group chat, okay? And anybody who knows me knows that these young ladies are my team. They are their backup.
Where's the encouragement?
Listen, they are
Big.
They are who gonna pull up if it's a problem. Okay? If we gotta get into it.
I love pulling up. It's my favorite thing to do.
I love pulling off. But I'll be there.
I can't. I really listen, can we
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm done.
So what I wanted to do was bring you some gems from the group chat, things that we, you know, ways that we encourage each other and ways that we get through, and just give y'all a little segment of what we do in the group chat and how it's been so influential to the Kiss Collective. But really what I wanted to do was to bring these young ladies on to give them their flowers, because
Ooh. Continue.
It's a good day.
Not real flowers.
Not real flowers.
Siobhan,
Come on, it's not real flowers.
Chuck, please.
Lord.
It's time to go. This was a bad idea.
No, give us our flowers.
This was a bad idea.
No, continue giving. It's fine. We're here.
We're
We're
listening.
tuned in.
Goodness.
The sparkling water is sparkling right now.
Look, this fan is not fanning enough.
It's fanning too much. That's what it's doing.
I'm trying to do
Go
something
ahead.
for the people.
Go
Nah,
ahead.
the people appreciate it. Go ahead.
We appreciate it.
So, when I say I wanted to give them their flowers, I really do want to tell them how much I appreciate them. And I really do wish that y'all could get a Siobhan and a Joe, but you can't have mine. They're taken. Okay?
I have a lot of people, so.
Even
Even if I wasn't taken.
We know. She don't even like people.
I have a lot of people.
Listen, when I try to do anything with a bunch of people, she gonna scale it back as much as possible. I could say I want to have a party and I want to invite 1,000 people, and she gonna be like, "How about a quaint dinner for you?"
Let's just invite people that we really know.
Like
People that you talked to yesterday.
No, because this is the thing, right? Google's a social butterfly, and I love that. I love that she's so personable, but a social butterfly when I am a moth? No. I need specifics.
Not a moth.
Let's do a little reservation, a little candlelight dinner between the three of us. That works for me.
See, I'm always okay with who Google invites because I know she's still select.
I am select.
She's still select.
I am select.
You are very selective. You are. I'm
and I think I'm pretty good at knowing who
gets along with who.
Yes.
Who's gonna be.
I'll never forget. I had I'm not gonna put no names out there. It was a roommate from school and a girlfriend from home, and the girlfriend from home was like, I don't really care for her. Like, why? Like, why? I said, I never said you was gonna like her.
But I was
never said that. You wanted me to come out. She was with me. I never said you was gonna like her.
That's you're right, but you are very good at.
She's good at picking people.
I think, and I love when my people when my people over here become, they mesh with my people over there. I love that.
I like that too.
Yeah,
I like that too.
I mean, in a big group, I'm gonna come support. But once that battery starts to die, start flashing red,
Child,
I love you so much, but I'm gonna head out.
let me tell you what this one used to do. She would invite us over for
wait a second.
Family dinner at her house.
Disclaimer.
What's the disclaimer, dog?
Disclaimer. Okay.
What's the disclaimer?
You just about to be dramatic. Disclaimer.
I'm not.
You gotta let me speak first.
Matter of fact,
we got.
Not what you. Who's looking for?
Listen, I gotta get close because you have to say some foolishness. Lily, yes, the fan needs. Listen, the girls that get it, get it. Anywho, Joe would invite us over for a family dinner. I need somebody who was a witness who was there.
Nobody.
Get Jess on the phone. Jess was there. Robertson was there.
Rob
yes.
was there.
Rob was there. Rob was
Everybody
a
who was
teenager.
at the dinner is no longer connected,
Rob
so
was
therefore
a
it doesn't
teenager.
count.
No. Slim was there. Slim was definitely there. As a matter
Joe
of fact,
was denied. Everybody was there.
Rob was there. Rob was underage drinking and he was spitting on the floor.
For guideline purposes, that we do not condone underage
We
drinking.
do not condone
21 and up.
I don't know where he was drinking because I don't remember him
He
actually
was not
drinking
drinking
there.
at home.
Anywho, this child gets drunk and decides
To go to bed.
no, she didn't just go to bed.
She good for that.
She didn't just go to bed. She kicked us all out.
Oh.
And it just happened so abruptly. We were all having fun. We were all having
At least let them
fun.
continue
You know what
the
happened?
party.
My battery died. That's
Her
why it
battery
happened.
died.
It died. Like, not even a
And
warning.
you died with it.
It just said 5%, 5%, 0. And I was like, all right, everybody out. Go to bed.
Because you're not at home and you just put your phone on the charger.
Get the I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about that.
Listen,
you right.
She literally was just like, all right, y'all gotta go.
Y'all gotta go.
And I'm like thinking she joking like, why are you playing so much? She was like, no, I'm serious. Y'all gotta go. What?
Google said I've been kicked out of better pay. All right, bye.
I would never.
She was like,
I would never.
That'll be the last time.
it wasn't though.
It wasn't.
That's just rude.
It wasn't the last time, but I think you kicked us out again after that. Actually,
I don't think I did because I don't think I hosted people at my house after that.
You did.
I did.
At your house in Mays Landing. But you want to know what I did? I got hip to it. I left before she could do that. Okay. All right, y'all, gotta go. Ta-ta. You ain't gonna kick me out. I don't know what happened that night. Why? Because I was gone. I was gone.
Yeah, the battery. If I get like a 10% one, then I'm good. But
So
once it hit that
battery.
5,
Blaming the battery.
I'm gonna blame the battery.
Mm.
I'm gonna blame the battery. But I'm also
Y'all can come in my house. I'm not kicking nobody out.
I'll kick y'all
Siobhan
out.
not
I
gonna
will
kick
fall
nobody
asleep
out.
But
and
I will
start
kick y'all
snoring
out.
and say forget everybody else. I'm just gonna get my beauty rest. Y'all can continue to do whatever y'all want to do.
I'll kick y'all out for Siobhan and
Listen,
Google.
Siobhan not gonna kick nobody out.
But I will.
She just gonna be late to getting there to her house.
To her own house.
To her own house.
Siobhan
Look,
go
she
for
gonna
it.
pull up like, oh, hey y'all.
I'm never late to work. I'm never late to work.
But you late everywhere else.
I will be late everywhere else.
Delise, look, chime in if she be wink if you.
I'm there before he there.
I believe that.
I'm not there later than he is, but I'm there before he is.
I came on here to give y'all flowers.
We appreciate it.
And to
I mean, if you weren't done, you can go right ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Continue.
continue.
So yes, Siobhan is the doctor in the group chat. Okay. When I say the doctor, this y'all ain't got no degree, ain't got no MD,
Ain't got no RN.
no RN, no PhD.
Just a WebMD advice.
I remember all this when y'all asked me for advice.
Just a WebMD involved.
Okay.
Nah, she be using the computers at work to type in our symptoms and see what come up.
I'm gonna remember all this when they ask me again for advice. Okay.
But honestly, when it comes down to it, Siobhan is also my personal medical assistant. She's my personal medical assistant. She makes my doctor's appointments. She makes sure that I get to them. Not necessarily on time. She will text me.
That's an Eastern trait, by the way.
What?
The not on time.
Maybe.
It is.
Maybe.
It is.
It
No,
is
it is.
It's not.
Maybe it's just a black trait.
It's a black trait.
Cause I'm on time. I'm on time.
Burly.
I'm always on time. I'm always on time.
I don't know how.
You know
None
how
of
they
her
say there's
dads
that one?
know.
There's that one friend of the group that's there on time to
She's
hold the
bad.
reservation.
Listen,
That's
no,
me.
she really is.
That's
when we
me.
left for New York, she was at my house like a half hour before we were supposed to leave, and I still wasn't even dressed yet. I'm like, Joe, like it ain't even time to go yet, and she's packing cars, and then we switching cars. I ain't got time for it.
I ain't got time for it. I just be wanting.
That means
Listen,
we just
I
have
just
time
be
to
trying to
go.
go with the flow. Okay. But this one she don't learn. If you know we not finna be on time, why aren't you gonna tell us the time of the?
Because now it's
The
a
right
mission.
time.
It's a mission.
Do not tell us the right time.
It's
Stan.
a mission. You're right.
Don't tell us the right time.
No.
But
That's
I
just
lie
it.
to my brother all the time and say stuff is an hour earlier
you're
than
right.
it's supposed to be because
No.
I know he's
It,
always
it,
late.
it ain't an Eastern trait because my dad is Johnny before time, and if you on time, you late.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
be
You're on
at,
time.
he
Well,
be
they
at church
say-
when the door is open.
They say if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. So
Yeah.
I like
That's
to
what
go
I go
off.
by.
I like to go off vibes.
I only go by that
Yeah,
when I'm
y'all
going
be
to
going
work.
off vibes already.
I like to go off vibes.
Yes. How am I feeling? at
Meanwhile,
work?
it's reservations that we could never get,
Right.
and we finally lock one
Oh,
in.
Joe's good for making reservations.
And then I'm
too.
calling, making up lies and fallacies about why we're not gonna be on
I can make
time.
reservations. I'm just gonna show the fuck up.
I'm sorry. Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry, people, but I'm just showing up. Joe wants
I'm
to call
making
places and
reservations.
say, "Oh, it's 4. We'll be there."
You know why? I don't have
try
patience.
I try to give them their flowers.
No,
That's all
I don't
try
have
to do.
patience.
We appreciate it.
I love you.
And who
I
is
don't have
Joe to
patience.
the group?
Oh yeah.
Other than the queen of memes.
I wasn't done with Siobhan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Other than
Siobhan is
mine.
not just the doctor. Siobhan is literally one of the strongest people that I know.
Oh.
When it comes
Oh.
to like
This is so sweet.
And because I'm too strong, I won't cry.
I'm gonna cry.
it's okay to cry. But you already look,
It's
you
probably
already a
sparkling
little red.
water.
You already a little red in the face.
Ooh, child.
And I say that because there are situations and things that I know that have, built her into the person that she is and made her to be the strong mother
Ish.
and friend, and you can say what you want. You're saying ish, but
I won't, Leah. I won't.
Ronnie
Leah.
says she's a G. Aaliyah says don't cry, Siobhan. I know that there are situations that have created her to be the way that she is, and so who is this calling you?
And nobody important.
Okay.
Yeah, because we don't hear. So
You know how I feel
Look,
about
you
people
can't-
cutting on my time. Don't do that. Don't do it.
So I was saying all that to say that yes, Siobhan is literally one of the strongest people that I know, and she's saying ish because
She can't take compliments.
she can't take compliments.
100% I agree with that.
She cannot take
I
compliments.
don't take compliments.
I tell Siobhan, I tell my these girls that I love them every day on the phone, literally on the phone. And someone like me who's not affectionate, really, for me to be like, okay, love you. I be telling Siobhan, happy birthday. Oh my God, you are the moon. I love you. All right, bitch. I'm like, oh, sorry. My bad.
This is why this was a bad idea. This is not what the kids.
We're sailors.
Sorry, we are sailors.
We are
This is
sailors.
not what the Kiss Collective
I'm
is
so
about.
sorry.
Okay,
Did
this
y'all
is
put
not.
like a little warning?
Yes, warning.
What's the warning?
Warning, y'all got
Explicit language.
warning. The group chat has potty mouths.
We
Sorry.
do. We
We
do.
Lord,
I'm an
have mercy.
Easton. I am an Easton through and through. I mean, I can
I'm
use
Haitian.
my words, but I also like to
Haitian.
use profanity.
I'm Haitian, so there's that. So there's that. My word, I'm gonna have to edit these out when I
Lo
get this to
siento,
Spotify.
muchachas. Lo siento, pero me gusta
Pero,
profanity.
Wow. You speak
Ricky,
Spanish now.
this is not supposed to be an everyday thing. I brought my group chat on for the first episode to give them their flowers, to tell them how much I love them. And what do? They turn this into a freaking R-rated.
We're sorry.
Lord have mercy.
Now
Sorry.
this is
Where's
like
the code switching? Where is?
sorry.
We apologize.
I'm off
We
of work, so
digress.
there's no code switching off work. Spend 8 hours
Listen.
doing that.
Facebook
This is
knows
why
how
our
to
coworkers don't follow us on social media.
I'm a gangster on social media.
Nah, I don't let my coworkers. I mean, I don't do that just because I don't know what they into. and I don't want to say, look, it ain't about me. It's I know my children.
It ain't about me.
It's I know my children. I don't know what they into.
Child.
Yeah.
I appreciate my flowers. I do not take compliments well. I kind of feel like I do everything that everyone would do if they were sane.
But what Siobhan fails to realize is some of the things that she has made it through have caused people to go insane.
Right.
Touche. Maybe, yes.
Ain't no maybe.
Maybe, yes.
There are
a fact.
things that she has held her head up through that have caused that, the average person, if it weren't for, you know what I mean, a level of strength that the average person wouldn't have made it through. So I say all that to say that I know that there are times that I have, like, I don't want to say taken for granted, but not been able to fully appreciate her strength and where she's gotten it from. Like, you know what I mean? There are things that she reminds me of from our childhood that, and people in our childhood, like our grandparents and my parents, things that she remembers that have helped to shape her and helped to give her that strength. So, yeah, that's my dog.
Dogs for life.
Well, she can't get rid of me
So,
anyway.
I mean, I could. I'm cousin you
Oh,
in a
damn.
done it. Okay.
I wouldn't even let her. So she could try. She could try.
It's not even an option.
It's not. It's not.
Listen.
I know where she lives. Like,
Child.
and I know who her doctor is.
Not her medical records.
And I know.
Medical records. HIPAA who?
Trying to leave me.
HIPAA what?
Oh my God. I'm about to move. So what you saying?
Who will help you move? Us? Exactly.
I own a moving company, heifer.
Oh.
We
Oh.
right.
We forgot. That's a minor detail.
Minor detail.
Minor detail.
Anywho.
Ah!
And then to Joe. Why are y'all so extra?
The sparkling water.
I knew I should have. I knew it. I should have given them. What I should have did is I should have took that strawberry lemonade from out the refrigerator, split it between the two of y'all, and then
finish her whole bottle. Okay.
Split it between the two of y'all, just like a little kid.
No.
That's all you get.
It's sorry.
I got y'all empanadas. That's what I got y'all.
Ooh.
Anywho,
You didn't eat your empanada?
I get empanada.
it's in there.
You know I
I
ate
eat my
mine.
empanada. Don't worry.
Hey, Jared. Jared says, I don't know what's happening, but I'm here to support. Jared, you don't want to know.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jared.
No. This is the Kiss Collective, and this segment is called Gems from the Group Chat. We have not actually gotten to the gems because I've been trying to look.
She's trying to
they're
give us
not
our
gems.
gems.
They're not gems. Okay, I have been trying to give them their flowers and tell them how much I love them for all their support.
And we're going to be quiet and let her.
Yes.
Joe is Joe literally has an answer for everything.
That's a good line.
If I don't know it, I'm going to find the answer.
And if she doesn't know it, she's going to find an answer. There have been times that I've said, Joe, there was this meme. And
Joe will find any meme. Joe has every meme.
Joe,
Okay?
there was this meme.
Ooh.
And I don't even know where she gets them from.
It's from my
I swear,
folders.
I was asking myself the same
I have
question
an
yesterday.
album.
Like, these seem like JPEGs, but I think that they're gifts. I don't know. But she has a meme for everything, and it's always
It's not the regular search
it's
bar.
always and it's
not
always
the
a
regular,
good one.
It's not the regular search bar.
Oh,
But when I'm saying like she has an answer for everything because literally there's not a headline, there's not a story that comes across that she hasn't heard of that she. Aaliyah said, "Good save, Siobhan."
sorry, thank you.
Look, we skimmed over it. We skimmed over it. Yes, Joe has an answer for everything, but also another amazing friend. Literally, Joe is one of the most dedicated people that I know. I have always said that.
Agreed.
That when I say best friend, she literally is the best friend that I've ever had, and always has been so extra.
Oh my gosh.
First off, as emotional as I am, how I ended up in between these two.
That's a good question because we are the complete opposite.
We're gonna make light of everything.
What you crying for?
Everything gonna be like, it's okay.
It's alright.
It's all right.
Like how I ended
It's
up
all right.
between freaking Fred. Okay, because Siobhan's not about to let anybody see her cry. Okay, it
Only
ain't
if I
happening.
really care about you.
I asked him the other day, when was the last time you cried? Siobhan was like, I ain't gonna tell you what she really said. She was like, y'all know what she said. She was like, she was like, that's for punks. What you
I
talking
didn't
about?
say that.
She didn't say that. But I was asking for a reason. She was like, yeah, like 2-3 years ago. I'm like, dang. She was just crying yesterday.
I
Nah,
get
she
more
didn't say that.
emotional. Honestly, I get more emotional when someone I love is affected by something than when I'm affected by something. Because nothing really bothers me. But if I see somebody that I love going through something, or if I see that, or if I know that somebody I love has went through something that just I wish I could take from them, that bothers me. Like, I don't want to see anyone going through something or anyone being hurt, you know, if I can help it.
That makes sense.
That
And
makes
I cry
sense.
when my emotions allow, like when I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'm very much an overwhelmed crier. I'm gonna figure it out.
I don't know that I've ever seen you cry.
You
We
get
don't,
it.
no.
I cry in the privacy of my home. In my car.
I can see that happening though. I
will cry at
can see
home.
Joe getting overwhelmed and then she lets out.
But like overwhelmed to the point where like when your cup is running full and it finally tips over.
Yes.
And you gotta let it whirl out before you can gather yourself. So I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm trying to think.
I'm not
ever seen you? I know that. No, I know that you cry. I'm just trying to think if I've ever actually been a witness to it.
I ain't crying at my wedding. So what you think?
Would you say you ain't crying? I know, because y'all was like, we gonna do this? Word.
All right.
Anywho.
Somebody to say something like, I don't know. I wanted somebody to say something.
Stay on the Uber stay.
It was a lovely day.
It was.
Siobhan, you were there?
I was there.
Yeah, it was a day.
It was a day. It was a day.
It was a
But
day.
we're thankful for time.
Seeing us through that time.
We thank you for the good Lord that holds us tight.
Oh,
And
Get
never
out.
let us go.
Man. Get out.
The door is this way.
Go in the kitchen.
When you go to kitchen.
Go in the kitchen until we done.
It was a good day.
But no, back to the
It was a
crying.
day.
I'm very much somebody who allows myself to feel my emotions, but then I realize there's a time limit, feel it, and let it go.
Who told you that?
Huh?
But you
do
do.
that.
That's true. You have to be able.
That's a black woman thing.
No,
That's a
it is.
It
to
is.
feel
It
your
is.
emotions and let it go?
No. To put a time limit on.
I didn't mean to say a time. I meant to say, like, I'm not going to sit here and dwell on what's making me upset or emotional. I'm going to allow myself to feel what I feel because I have my feelings.
But we gotta move on.
But I'm going to feel it, process my emotions, and then let it go. So I'm not going to hold on to what's making me upset and sad. I'm going to allow myself the time to process my feelings and my thoughts and whether or not how I want to go about the situation. But I'm not going to sit here and harp on it.
Touche.
I'm gonna cry. Maybe I might cry for 10 minutes.
I'm gonna
But
cry.
then after I cry and realize I'm done crying, okay, now let's fix the problem.
Gotcha.
I am all
makes
about
sense.
solutions.
No, but somebody said to me, like, I was like, yo, I'm frustrated because I'm not over this yet. And she was like, who told you that there was a time limit on, like, your pain? Like, who told you that there were, that you had to get... She was like, that's one of those toxic things that we normalize as black women where we think that, if we're not moving through it, that, it makes it...
But it can't be a 3-month thing, though.
Right.
It has to be I'm a reasonable amount of time. Like, you can't let your life stand still because of something you're going through when there's so much more that you have to address.
Sure.
So if in the moment this stuff happens, it's it's going to affect you. Maybe it affects you a month. Maybe it affects you a month and a half or 2 months. But eventually, life has to move on, and you have other people who are dependent on you, other people who are looking to you that you have to move on for. Right. So
I know for me, any type of traumatic experience or stress, it's always in layers. Like I'll feel like, okay, got through that, and then a year down the line, something happens that triggers that same emotion, that same feeling, and it's like, dang, like, why am I back here?
That's normal.
That's the thing about triggers, though. People feel like you're supposed to have a trigger or go through it. So people think you go through a traumatic experience, you get through it, problem solved, but then you have a trigger. The thing with triggers we're always going to be triggered. The whole purpose of knowing yourself, being self-aware, and working towards being a better you is knowing that you're going to have a trigger. You just need to know how to pivot your trigger and accept your trigger for what it is.
Yeah.
So now whether you choose to avoid your trigger, which we cannot always do, but you also know that you can process your trigger and understand that this trigger is a part of a traumatic experience that has affected you some way, shape, or form.
And this is how I overcome it.
Correct.
This is what I need to do in order to move past this.
Right. So we have to move away from the whole, we can't have triggers. We all have triggers. We're always going to have a trigger.
Emotions placed in a box exist until reached.
Exactly.
Resolved. I'm sorry. Yes.
Right.
Jared also says,
you're
why
right.
can't emotions take 3 months? It's possible to feel emotions.
Oh, hell
yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Emotions can take as long as the person needs to get over it.
But
then there is no time limit on it.
But we're not. Emotions is the actual expression of the feeling. Emotion isn't necessarily, you know what I mean? And emotion isn't necessarily the feeling. it can make you feel a way, but how you emote,
Process
how you
Get
express
Mm-hmm.
that feeling. Like, I always say that anger is not really an emotion that I subscribe to, because it's a secondary emotion.
Right.
It's all anger is a. I felt this. It turned into anger.
Mm-hmm.
I have never
I
been
felt
angry.
disappointment. I felt disappointment. It turned into
lying.
anger.
Right. You have been
Yeah,
angry.
I only get angry with Jason.
First off,
If he's watching.
First off,
If he's watching, Jason, you know
Why
what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
put Zig and Puss's name out there like that?
Nobody else do I get angry with. And to be honest, I only get angry with people I love.
Right, because it's a deeper connection, and you don't. And also, we have to get out the fact that we are expecting us from the people that we deal with daily, and then it comes down to communication.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just don't communicate.
That's
Our
a fact.
feelings,
Yes.
how we feel about stuff, we can feel silent and not say anything about it, but expect the person who sided us to know.
And that is what angers us.
Right, because
You're not communicating
right.
that I felt some type of way about this.
I also think that I have to make it generational,
Mm-hmm.
because I can only speak from our age group, but a lot of our age group are not emotionally mature enough to communicate effectively.
Oh,
Right, but then you have to also remember that, like you said, it's generational, because a lot of us come from parent backgrounds who were parenting themselves while trying to parent children.
Touche.
And we also have people refuse to acknowledge that we all have some form of mommy and daddy issue.
oh hell yeah.
Whether your parents are active or
I'm sorry.
inactive,
Heck yes.
we all have some type of issue that brought up, and that's why we're so easily triggered when it comes to our parents, because when I figured out when I was going therapy that when I realized that my parents were just trying to do the best that they can, dealing with first generation American kids, acclimating to American culture, and then still having to realize, like, I have to keep our culture within our children, and then still have our children feel like they're American, because we can't raise them as one culture when they're really
I think
another
all generational curses would kind of we would understand more when we put ourselves in the shoes of our parents.
Right.
Because when you understand what they were trying to handle and what they were trying to instill with the resources that they had at the time that they were in, and then how we are as a parent with the resources that we have, the time that we're in, what we're trying to instill in our children, then you understand that we're all just doing the best that we can in that moment.
Well,
in time.
also, that's why it's such an influx of parents our age that promotes self-help, that promotes mental
Because
awareness, that promotes therapy,
Yes.
and us changing it within our own children to break the whole, she's talking back. No, she's just expressing her feelings, which we are allowed
and
to
that
do.
is a big one.
Right.
That is a big one.
But it's a big shift in us being like the parents of our age group that realize, our parents didn't. This is what we want our parents to do.
Mm-hmm.
So for me as a parent, it's kind of like, this is what I wanted my mom and dad to do with me, that I do with my kids, which it works.
I know there was a time, probably in my early 20s, that I really sat down and looked at my father and his relationship with his father, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, oh, he literally was doing exactly what he knew how to do.
Yep.
He literally followed in his father's footsteps. He that was the blueprint, and it made it so, you know what I mean. You hear about generational curses, and you try to assess those things and look at it from a spiritual aspect, and you hear about it, but to be able to internalize it and look at it for what
it's something completely.
It was mind blowing. I'll never forget. I was on MySpace that day. This was
a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I was on MySpace, and I think I came across it might have been on Colleen's page, and I was just and it hit me, and I was just OMG, that is what you call a product of their environment.
Yes. Yes.
So, saying all that to say that it is vital for us to be the ones to say, I'm changing the tide. We're turning a corner. We're pivoting because my lineage is, you know what I mean, my offspring. It's important for them and the trajectory of their lives.
And to understand that we're not going to do everything the way our parents did them. And we're not going to do it the way they did them, but we're doing it the way that they did it. So we are literally raising our kids and doing what we can, the best we can in this moment, like in the environment we're in, and the times we're in, with the resources we have. We're doing what they did. We really are. It's not the same way.
We're adapting.
But we're doing what they did. We're
Right.
doing the best that we can at this time. And, you know, I agree with Joe. Like, it's you know, we grew up where it was like, you know, kids are seen, not heard. And that was like a big thing. Like, it was always, you know, children are seen, not heard. You know, if adults are around, you go in another room, you don't interject in the conversations. That's not how our kids are. That's not how my kid is.
That's not how
my kid gets in the conversation. If she hears the conversation, my kid has an opinion. And I don't knock her for it. I'm a teenager anyway. I don't knock her for having an opinion, and I actually respect her for having an opinion, because sometimes I feel like I wish I was that person. I wish I was that person who, you know, I seen something, and whether it was the right opinion or not, at least I voiced it. At least I let someone hear, this is what my train of thought is, and this is where I stand on this subject, and whether you agree with it or not, this is still my feelings. I was never that way growing up, and I respect people who are the way. And even still, I say, like, I respect people who can speak, you know, in the moment. If someone says something that they don't feel and they say, well, I don't agree with that, because I'm not that person. I'd rather be quiet, and if I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to confront you about it. I'm not going to like, you know, call you out on it. My daughter is the opposite. My daughter is going to say, I don't agree with that. Like, well, why are you being like that? Or, you know, like,
I've had to tell her, like,
I think we
let her speak up. Let your child speak.
Oh, and my child does. My child does too much sometimes, I think. But and like, even because I'm a very, unfortunately, I'm a judgmental person. My daughter will call me out on it quick, and she will say, like, why are you talking about that person, or why do you see it this way and why not that way? And sometimes I feel like she should be a little more judgmental, but she's not.
I think
Google
and I are also always yelling at you.
I know. I am. I'm so sorry.
She's brutal. I cut her off in my head because she's brutal.
And I know it, and I try to fix it within myself.
And it's a mix of judgment and the world of medicine. So you can't tell her. She should have been cut off in my head.
It's true. But but in that sense, that's where I kind of stand on what I believe. But I'm also flexible though. Like, I will listen to someone else. Like, I will listen to you. I will hear you. Mm-hmm. Even though I might not agree with you. Like, but I will listen to what you're saying. And then that'll make me research something too. Like, if you say something and I'm like, I don't freaking agree with that, and I don't think that's true, it's gonna make me look it up, because I don't listen to what nobody say. I'd rather research it on my own. But I admire people who definitely speak up and stand on what they believe and can say, like, I don't agree with you. I wish I was that person. I wish I was that person who said to somebody, like, you wrong.
It takes time to get there. It does.
And that's
it's
really
been 37 years.
A healing and self-awareness journey. But also, all adults are really just parenting and healing their inner child. So I was reading something that said, you know, the adults that are cutthroat, honest, and just very much boundary. Very much they come from like the inner child who was not allowed to speak up, who was too scared to speak up, who was a people pleaser, so they never the boundary.
But I've always been
a people pleaser.
Yes,
might be some work you gotta do. I'm not a people pleaser.
Hook me up with somebody, y'all. Do y'all know somebody who could,
like a therapist?
I guess.
Hook you up with what? Who is hooking you up with? I would help with a therapist. Father God.
Somebody who gonna fix that to me and say, listen, you gotta please that person. Like, dude,
I will tell you that.
No.
Come to me. I will tell you that for free.
You don't gotta go to a therapist.
You literally have a
I cannot.
To stop being a people pleaser.
I cannot. I don't know how.
I feel like it's
There are some situations that I have like wanted Siobhan to like draw a line on. Like they don't. I'm quick to say, no more Cassia pearls before swine. They don't deserve that part of you. That's just that. Yeah. Leave it at that. And for her, it's like, well, if it's not too bad.
Yeah,
if it's not affect if it doesn't, but it is affecting you.
It does affect you.
That's what you don't get.
And that's what lingers.
Not with the fan though.
Because then you get disappointed in how they're acting when you enable them and gave them the permission to act that way when you could have just nipped it in the bud. Mm-hmm. Me, I like to cut it. You see me? I like to cut it.
And what do I like to do?
You don't pay attention.
I'm gonna have a conversation.
Wait, go for conversation. She's like, I need to have a conversation with.
We need to have a conversation.
I need to have a conveation about.
Yo, wait.
But I admire that too.
I love that.
Being able to have that conversation. Absolutely. Number one, it shows it's maturity. It really is maturity because I feel like, you know, to be willing to have that conversation and not worry about whether or not someone misconstrues what you say. And being able to say, like, no, I'm going to have this conversation so that you don't misconstrue what I say.
But it depends on the relationship with the person.
But she doesn't care about the relationship with the person. She's still going to have that conversation.
No, I care. I care about the relationship with the person. If I feel like it's a relationship that I want to continue to foster,
then you want to have
then yes, I want to have a conversation to get it, to let's air it out and figure it out.
So you want to have a conversation?
If I don't care about you, like if me losing you as a friend or a partner doesn't bother me, or if I felt like I had to heal, because if I have to heal in between all of this turmoil, by the time I'm done healing while we're going through this turmoil, you're done. Mm-hmm. Like, you're cut off. It's clipped.
See,
I still like that. I love it. I love that.
I have conversations, like she said, I have conversations when I care about fostering the relationship. Mm-hmm. Or when I know that you're wrong and I feel like the conversation can help you to see it in a different light. Mm-hmm. But there are some things that it's like,
it's not
was this ever beneficial?
No.
Was it? No, I'm good.
All relationships are two-way streets.
I want to be
so
that way.
All relationships.
Why? Because
why not?
Why can't you be?
Because I don't like to hurt people's feelings. You already know that.
Guess what? Guess what? Chances are, your feelings have been hurt in that situation. Number one, not to say that that's a reason to you know what I mean. It's not a reason to play get back, but hindsight is always 20/20. So when you know that there have been situations that happened and I couldn't respond right then. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I need to go away and I need to think about this and be able to think about what's going to be said without my emotion, objectively. Mm-hmm. So me going back to have a conversation I want to have an objective conversation without emotion. You know what I mean?
After I've thought about, you know, what's happened and stuff like that. So, that being said, that's the mature way to, because we're grown at this big age. Feelings. I'm not gonna at this big age. Somebody's feelings gonna be hurt.
That's why I'm not going back and forth, and I'm not. I don't go back and forth with people who I feel like you're not. One, if you're somebody who refuses to see, or you can't take any type of criticism, constructive criticism in a way, from people who know you the best, then I'm good off of it. I'm not going to go back and forth, because why am I going to waste my breath for me to show you or to explain to you how what you say or what you do is hurting the people who care about you.
Not only that, but a lot of people say that they take criticism well, or that they're like, they would rather the light and airiness of friendships than the work, than the actual, you know, this is not always going to feel good.
Oh, and that is what I love about this group, to be honest, because I feel like everyone, not me, but these girls, they will speak their piece, especially like if I'm wrong, or if any of us are wrong, someone's going to speak up and say, like, yeah, that wasn't right, or think about it a different way. I have not had a friendship, and wholeheartedly, I have never been in a friendship.
Is it to tell us you love us?
I love you, bitches.
You love us who? Oh my god.
I have never been in a friendship where, you know, regardless, number one, where it's not just gossip. It's not always gossip. Like, we literally, our group texts are business minded. Like, if, somebody wants to do something, like, how can we get this done? Family all the time. Like, we all have stuff going on with our family, with our children, or siblings or whatever. Like, we all have stuff going on. Just the struggle. Like, we all struggling. And, like, to have someone who can identify with and kind of, like, see you through the hard times and still be as positive, knowing that they're going through the same thing, but still be positive and still be uplifting. Those are the kind of friendships that you want to foster. Those are the kind of friendships that you, like, really hope to have, now and forever. And you don't find it often. You don't find it often, and if you do get it, like, you are just, like, hand down lucky. But
I think our friendship allows us to just genuinely be ourselves and to show up how we are, which makes the group chat lit, because we're all, even though we all have so much in common, we're all very much different. So we're all very much complex in our own way.
We're all different.
Yeah, we are all different. But it works, it meshes enough that we have a lot of similarities and morals that agree with each other, that we can mesh it into a friendship that, even though we disagree, because there's been times I'm like, Siobhan, did Google block me?
And I did.
And Siobhan be like,
and I did.
And then Siobhan be like, she'd be like, bro, she said she felt a way about, and here I am emailing her like, because what you not gonna do is not talk about it.
Over that.
It's not talk. We gonna talk about it.
Because I'm only gonna talk once.
And then she'll we'll have a whole conversation. But then
Yes.
but do you see where you were wrong? I'm like, I can see where I was wrong. Yeah,
But it brings up the conversation.
But I love that.
We that initiates a conversation, and
I'm gonna pop the fan. The fan
it.
has to go. The fan has to go.
Listen, okay. The fan is a character on its own.
The fan is featuring the fan.
Featuring the fan. The Kiss Collective featuring not the fan. Fan.
One day you're gonna flick it out, and the fan gonna say, "It's my time to go." It's just going.
I'm gonna say, "Kiss my ass," okay? I'm just saying.
But no, I do value the friendship that I know. Like, if I come to them, and here's my thing, right? I feel like I'm a resourceful person, and my mentality is, if I don't have the answer, I'm gonna find the answer. If I can't find the answer, I'm going to go to people who know can help me find the answer. Which is why I love them so much, because I can come to them with a problem that I feel like is the end of the world. Like, to me, it's like, this problem is like, oh my gosh, I'm finna die. I'm gonna cry about.
Which
and
is like almost never, because she's such a resourceful person. Mm-hmm. I feel like she always has an answer, or always has a way of finding an answer. And I think my biggest beef with her is that
she doesn't come enough.
Not even that, she does not use her resourcefulness to her own advantage.
Oh,
I don't.
Like,
I can second that.
Like, why do you not?
I'm sorry.
Because it's the truth.
Because it is. Because you have all the great ideas, but you don't use them for yourself. You give us all the good ideas, and you never, like, these are things that you could be benefiting from.
This child could be
what?
a content creator.
Okay, but I don't like people.
What does that have to...
Everything is done home.
You don't have to deal with people.
Not a content creator.
No, I'm alright.
This girl.
I'm gonna support y'all. I'm gonna show up with a camera. I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna make y'all whatever y'all need. But don't put me in the spotlight. I don't.
But
that's
I
don't like the
that
spotlight.
is the whole point in content creating. You
I don't
get
like
to be
the spotlight.
behind the camera. You get to be behind all of the publicity.
Behind, yes, I'll be behind, not in front. We'll figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out.
I'm trying to make this girl a couple coins, and
we're gonna figure it out.
Listen, I know myself, and I'm very self-aware to know that my patience runs thin with certain things, and if something rubs me the wrong way, I will just be like, it's clipped. I'm done. I'm okay off of that. Let me support you.
Like this.
What?
Get her on the phone.
Somebody help her. Do you know someone?
Get Miss Mary on the phone.
Why would you put Miss Mary on the phone?
Because she's responsible for this.
She probably is. I said it earlier.
Listen, y'all. It's been an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That went by fast.
Yeah, well, because the first half, y'all was in the room kicking.
Oh, sorry.
Giggling like some schoolgirls.
We We were planning on that.
That's another thing I love about this group chat is that there is no time.
Literally.
We plan to do things for like a half hour, and because when we get together, even though it's not as often as we like because life be lifing, the time just disappears.
Literally. And I'm thinking like all of our trips, time disappears. I was going to say effing. Time disappears. We will make plans, we make itineraries, and we can never stick to it because we end up either we either go with the flow or we will find other things to do or we get backed up.
I like plans.
She likes plans.
I like plans. I like reservations. I don't like waiting. And what these two like to do, they like vibes.
We like vibes.
I'm not a vibe.
Because our lives consist of plans and reservations and deadlines and all that. Can I vibe, please?
Listen, I like to see the reservations and the itinerary on paper.
She likes to see it and then scratch it off.
I'm not sticking to it. We're going to go with whatever we feel like we want to do when we get there.
Siobhan's the one who's going to call and come up with the story as to why we late. Yes, I like to push. I was like,
listen,
talk about code switching.
Shit happens. Okay?
Siobhan be like, itinerary, this is great.
Itineraries are great. It's not always, but you cannot always stick to them because stuff happens. Like, traffic, kids, you have fun somewhere else, and this didn't seem
don't use traffic and kids because traffic wouldn't happen if we would leave on time. Which we could never do. Time? Anytime we've been to any restaurant,
I'm cutting it. You sounding like a mom.
But
me? You sounded like a mom, and I don't like it. Yes, you.
I like 15 minutes before I had to be here.
Itinerary, itinerary.
Vibes. I'm outnumbered. It's the vibes. What the young kids be saying? It's a vibe. It's the vibe.
She's like, yeah, we ran into some traffic. No, we just ran into the expressway. We just ran into. If traffic, you mean Avery and Autumn? Whole time, Avery and Autumn be like.
Avery stops me at the door now. Like, Avery will block me at the door. And if she hears my keys, then she knows. So I gotta, pick my keys up without them making noise.
She leaves
me? Mom!
My kids be on, the little Bree be on my body. It be like, it sounds like you're going out without me. And I don't know how I feel about it. But with Google and Siobhan, she'd be like, oh, okay, tell them I say hi. Anybody else, she'd be like, I don't like the feelings that I'm getting from walking out the door.
Bree has called me.
Your mom with you?
I know my mom with you. Can you tell her to answer her phone?
Listen, I will block a call in a second. I block my kids. I'm very much team.
I don't block I block Kimura sometimes, but we locate each other. We have each other on. We share our location.
Terrible.
That's
you
so
can
cute.
block somebody and still keep them on location.
I thought you can.
Oh, I was about to say.
We share our locations, so I block her when she get on my nerves. Like, if she be sending me pictures of cars now because she thinks she's about to try. And if she sends more than 3 at a time, then I start to block her. Because she ain't got no money.
Because she ain't got no money.
That's what they don't have. They have no money.
Plans.
They have plans, audacity, time.
But she don't even research. She send me cars that she sees. It'll be like $1,400 for this 2011 car. Why is it $1,400, Kimura? Because it has no transmission. Kimura. So who's paying for the transmission, Kimura?
Enough.
Kimura said, "My mama make money. My mama can make a transmission."
Kimura thinks that I see this car. It's new. It says $2,500. It's gonna run when I get it. Kimura, this car ran from its owner. Okay? You're not going to drive this away from wherever the heck it's at right now.
Meanwhile, Bria is a whole Hillary Banks. It's very much. I need your card. What do you need my card for? She is.
That was Kimura today. So Kimura wanted to pay for the Zeus channel, right? She's like, if I send you this money, can you pay for the Zeus channel? I'm like, well, if you're going to send me the money, you might as well pay for the Zeus channel. She said, well, what if I don't want to pay for it going forward? So basically, she wants it to keep coming out of my account.
I cannot.
And I was the fool.
Have kids stay sad.
Have kids stay sad.
Oh my god.
Anywho.
Wait, did we reach the gem portion of the group?
That was it.
We the gems. Oh, it's so cute.
On that note.
Bye. This gem gotta go.
Look.
Where we going?
Y'all going home. Cause y'all done drank all my juice.
No, it's still here.
Y'all drank all my
water.
juice.
It's still
Oh my
here.
God.
We said it was sparkling water.
Oh.
Ladies and
What are
gentlemen,
you gonna do? Beat us up?
it has been the pilot episode of the Kiss Collective. Thank you to my co-hosts, Siobhan, Eason, Johanna, Frederick. Frederick.
Bop, bop, bop.
See?
Ladies,
I really try to keep
ladies
them on
and-
task. I tried to keep it serious.
I told y'all from the jump I was improv.
I would have been better on task if I had like an itinerary or like a.
You
Why?
wouldn't have.
So you can rip it?
You wouldn't have. Exactly. Itinerary, my
That's what I'm
itinerary.
saying. Why you lying to the people?
My thoughts would have been.
We'll
more
be back,
cohesive.
Listen, going forward, this is what I want you to take with you. Stay focused, stay positive, go off of vibes. That's because
And
that's
love
what we
on your
do.
people.
And
Love
on
on your people.
Find you some
okay?
people that you can love on that will equally love you.
Ooh.
And in order to find people, that means you got to be the people. Do some self-work. Do some self-work, okay? So you can attract what you are. I love y'all,
I like that.
and I'll see
Cute,
y'all
real bad.
Real
again. Gotta go bye.
Bye.